All right, this is the trade review for today's New York AM session using Calub's model. You can see here we have the first presented fair value gap. As we traded below, we waited for an inversion here, and we see that it went up, and then it was just going back and forth. I was not looking at this graph. I started looking at this graph about here, but it could have been an entry when it wicked and it wanted to go higher. So this was one entry point, but we also got one more opportunity here. So as soon as I saw that this wicked here, I was like, okay, I'm bullish about this here and I want to go up, enter into longs. So I entered at this candle because I did not want it to go inside one more time. So I wanted to see this open, and I entered this trade here, and I took one partial right here. It's somewhere in the middle of this Fibonacci levels I marked, and I wanted it to show some momentum going up, and eventually take this level, this data high, but it was going down, so I was not happy about it, and I started closing position. When I saw this is trying to reach there, but I knew that it might fail this time, so I took a partial right there, and I closed my position completely, pretty much at the entry point right here. So then I went and just tape read the remaining opportunity because I knew that it took the sell side here, right? It took the sell side. It still, I was bullish about it, so I just tape read because I was done for the day trading. I tape read this opportunity, and you would see this not in hindsight, but I have recorded this area briefly and just took screenshots of it at some points to wanted to see where I want to go. So I tape read, I entered this one more time, and this time it actually gave me the opportunity to enter at the fair value gap high. And if I entered there, I tape read this, I did not take this because I already took one trade in profit. I don't want to lose it, right? That's I'm not an expert right now. I'm just learning ICT concepts and I'm putting here. So as we progress, we might be able to take these opportunities as well. But my was my bias correct? Well, based on this trade, if I would have just held this trade and because my stop loss would be below this wick low, and this is also the Fibonacci level. So if I was here, I would have not gotten stopped out, and I would have reached the take profit eventually. But that's the main point of it. Was I feeling nervous? Yes. The way it was wicking, make this wick. There's a fair value gap. I didn't want to see it like take the fair value gap and treat it as this SIBI um, tapped into it and want to go lower below this. And if it would have just broken this fair value gap, it would have gotten probably to this level or even this new sell side liquidity. So I didn't want to make that happen. I was nervous, and if I'm feeling anxious, I want to get out of the trade, right? So I want to, but I just tape read this and look how it played out. And I also have a video just after this, a quick 30-second video showing how this trade played out. And this is not market replay. You can see these buttons and the market live. So I was recording that because some people would say this is market replay, this is hindsight. Okay, no. You see that? It tapped one more time because it wicked. I was looking for longs again. And since it tapped and never went back to the consequent encroachment of this fair value gap, I would go long at this high of the fair value gap. So when I do that, look how it played. First it took this level again, showed that this time it wanted to go up aggressively, so it went, and it took this level again. So I would take a partial there. That's why I marked it in the video you're going to see after this. That's why I'm explaining you here. Took a partial there. If I would be in the position, I would take that partial and then let it play and reach to this level, which this either this could be my take profit terminus or this could be. The reason why I have that is because sometimes I don't mark the lines, but if you can see here, if you just mark that level, that's my data high. That's what I was targeting. And sometimes what could happen is it could trade, touch it, and then not touch this level and then go down and create some sort of like a relative equal highs because there's a high down up there, but it sometimes it just goes through it. And maybe you can take a partial there and you can move your stop loss to below, just below this level. So see, you would have gotten stepped out after you would have been taking partial here. You can take a partial at another Fibonacci level, let's say somewhere. So if there was, let's say, a Fibonacci level up here, you would have not been able to take that and you would get stopped out here. So, but my trade, you would see in the video, was just marked till here and it went and beautifully taken that level. I don't care whatever it does after that. I don't care about that. I If I would have taken this trade, I would have been profit. That's all I care about. I don't care if I missed this bigger move because what if I was thinking, oh, it might go up and then I might get stopped out here, right? So again, your stop loss, when you keep taking partials, your stop loss would move, let's say, one level up or somewhere. Let's say there's a fair value gap, so I would go take my fair value gap low or maybe this low as my keep trailing stop loss. So, and then let's say there's another fair value gap, so I would shift my stop loss here when I take this partial here. So based on that, you can just move your stop loss, right, to be in profit all the time. Well, that's it for this video, and now you would see this trade being played out, and after that, the video would end, and that's it. I'll see you in the next one.